Okay, so I know you probably did not watch the 2.5 hour New Jersey Democratic debate last night, but it's okay because I did and I gotcha. So make sure to save and share this video so that everybody in New Jersey knows what happened. This is my very first recap about it. We're going to talk about who the biggest winners and losers are in my opinion, but then we're also going to do some follow-up videos about where they stand on education, transportation, and affordability. So let me know what questions you have about those topics too. My number one biggest loser of the night is this man, former New Jersey State Senator Steve Sweeney. Outside of my personal grudge against him, I've got a video in this playlist all about that. I do genuinely think he had the worst night. He gets very personally offended anytime somebody on stage talks critically of pieces of legislation that he helped pass, namely the school funding formula. He also, in my opinion, comes across as very entitled. He says a lot, I'm the only one who's done this. I'm the only one who's ever done this. And it almost is like he's saying, I'm the only one who deserves this. Next who I was kind of torn on, this is Gottheimer. I just have not been impressed with him at all. He doesn't really have a lot of depth to anything that he says. It's a lot of talking points. And his main talking points are that New Jersey is too expensive. Agreed. Taxes are too high. Agree. So he's going to cut costs and cut taxes. But he doesn't specify, okay, but then where's all the money going to come from? The next biggest loser, in my opinion, is Jersey City Mayor Fulop. And this was surprising to me because just a few days ago in the last Democratic candidate forum that they did, I had him as my biggest winner. You could go watch that video in this playlist. He just seemed to get really irritated with people today. He was taking a lot of things personal. If they disagreed with something he said, he felt like it was always an attack on him. At one point, he got booed by the audience for trying to talk instead of letting Mikey Cheryl talk. Another point, he talked about how his congestion pricing plan is so good that Jack Citarelli, the leading Republican, took it, and Baraka had to be like, I wouldn't brag about that. And then he did not go into detail, but he kind of threw some jabs at Rutgers University, my alma mater, aka the best college in the state of New Jersey. And that's also a talking point that Bill Spadia, the other leading Republican, has also talked about. So don't love that. And then for my top two, I've got Mikey Cheryl. She didn't have any major standout moments, but she really held her own. She had some good answers. She didn't really get caught up in any of the back and forth that some of the guys were getting into, particularly Josh, Sweeney, and Fulop. And finally, the biggest winner of the night, in my personal opinion, is Baraka, mayor of Newark. He actually did not perform that great a few days ago, but it was just only a few days after he had been arrested for being at Delaney Hall. But tonight he was on fire. He is such an incredible public speaker. In fact, Steve Sweeney actually said during closing comments, I hate going after this guy. He's got a lot of really good one-liners that are relevant, but he's also really well-versed in everything, and he sounds conversational when he talks about it, not scripted and rehearsed. Like I said, I'll be posting more videos on where they all stand on the issues that they talked about last night. I'll be covering this election pretty regularly until June 10th, so make sure that you're following. It's a major election, and you do not want to miss anything.